Brewer Adventures.
Alright, I'm at the San Cristobal Canyon Trail in New Mexico. Not much of a sign, but it's that way. Columbine-Hondo Wilderness, Carson National Forest. Little campsite down here. So I'm glad I saw that stream. This canyon, I believe, just follows the stream, which is run off from higher up. This goes up to a ridge that leads up to a couple of mountains, 11 and 12,000 feet. And I brought 2 liters of water. Probably could have gotten by with 1. Just do tablets, but I've got tablets and my water filter. But anyway, it looks like water is not going to be a problem, and that's what I expected. I'm just glad to know right away at the beginning of the trail. That's all. Pretty here. Whew, it's all climbing. Since I am going up the canyon, it's going to be all climbing for about 5 miles. Should be easier coming back tomorrow or whenever. I don't have a campsite in mind. I just have everything I need on my back, so I'll just stop when I need to, wherever I want, which is kind of what I love about backpacking. Whew. I can feel the thin air, though. I think it's around 9,000 feet here. I'm from much lower than that. It was probably at maybe 3,000 last night, I'm guessing. I think that's an eagle's nest. Oh, cool. I just want to go climb up that thing. So it's been about an hour. I'm going to take a little pack off break and maybe fish out a snack and drink some water, check the map, see how far I've gone. I feel like I'm really making slow progress because of the thin air and I'm just up pretty high. man, this tree, big. It's a big tree, big pine tree. Well, so in an hour I went about 1.5 miles, which is better than I expected. So I feel like I'm making good progress. 3:30 now. I think this is an out and back. So I kind of think what I'm going to do is go as far as I want to today and maybe set up a base camp. And then tomorrow I'll hike around with some of my gear and maybe try to go to one of those peaks that's up there, Mount Lobos, maybe both of them, I don't know. I can't remember the other one's name. But I also don't want to get too high up in elevation either, because this is a pretty big jump I made in one day. And I've never done that before, so I've gone up and down, but not so much so quickly. Anyway, beautiful. Just everything around here is gorgeous. It's a really nice day. It was supposed to be rain when I got here. It was supposed to be thunderstorms. And none of that. It's great. Oh, it got really steep. Oh man. I know it doesn't show on camera, but this is slow moving. Well, had my first injury in a long time, actually. So had to get out the first aid kit. It's I don't know if you can see down there, but one of those little points sticking out, I just rammed my knee right into it. Stepping over the log and went pretty deep, but it's not too serious, just need to cover it up. By the way, these Nexcare from 3M, they're max hold waterproof. I really like these. They're weird to put on. They're kind of, they have a backing on both sides. But anyway, we'll see how it holds up. But I have found that this works even on your feet. It will, if you get a good stick onto your skin on a good clean area, it'll hold for a few days, kind of like Leukotape. It's hit and miss. I mean, I've had times where I think maybe I didn't apply it correctly and it didn't work out, but in general I've been happy with them. Entering an aspen grove. Looking for a spot to take a break. It's been pretty steep. Whew. It's been pretty steep. I'm taking a break. It's been almost an hour since my last one, and I need it. I don't think I'm gonna go too much further, mainly because I'm worried about the elevation. I'm gonna check the map, see where I am, but I don't think I want to go too much higher. In one day, I think I'm liking the idea of doing some sort of base camp and then going up to the ridge tomorrow and hitting the mountain peaks. It also looks like the trail goes kind of around the corner and the wind's coming in from the west, and I'm hoping maybe that'll give me a little bit of a natural protection from the wind, because the wind is cold when it comes in. It's a really nice day, but there's these icy breezes that come in, and I am expecting it to get below freezing tonight. So I'm kind of looking for a campsite around the corner after a short break. Well, looky there. It's flat-ish here. Let's see a campfire that's been had here before. Some wood around. This might be it, folks. I don't know where I'm gonna put my tent. Maybe right there. And this is a little bit back behind that wall I wanted to be behind, so hopefully the wind will be light. Yeah, this feels protected, and yeah. I think this is home. Last I checked, elevation was about 9,600 feet. All right, so from the fire ring, I've got a line hanging over here with my stuff. Got my hat just off to the side. It kept getting in the way. Water bag, I'll have to go fill water. Toiletries, electronics. My extra water bottle. I just finished my first liter, and I'll need to collect water and drink some more water and get some stuff ready for dinner, for cooking dinner. And then, well, that's for cooking dinner. Over here, I've got a nice little rock. A few adult beverages. Let's see, water treatment, my Garmin, my empty water bottle, you can barely see it, the fuel bottle, some wipes, adult beverages, the tent. I'm not sure where I'm going to set that up yet. Actually, the tent might end up going here, which is kind of where I'm going to keep walking around to get my stuff. So I think I might set the tent up late tonight. A bit later. It's pretty easy to set up, and the adult beverages shouldn't hold me back. The sandals, I kind of doubt I'm going to wear those sandals. And new for me this time around is the Bear canister. This one's the BV, the Bear Vault Force 25. I think it's the small one. Yeah, 425. It's the very smallest one. This is just 2 nights, me alone, and I wasn't packing it as efficiently as I probably could have. I could have squeezed the air out of some things. It's pretty full, so I think I have the right amount of food. So anyway, yeah, that size seemed to work for me. And then the backpack is right here. So I thought it was going to rain, and so I had all my clothes are in the bag that I kind of just twisted off, and I've already pulled out my I'm sporting the Capilene fleece and my pocket shirt. I like this shirt because it buttons up, and it's not windproof or waterproof, but it's a little of both. It gives just a little protection. And then if I've got everything on and still need more warmth, I'll put on the raincoat. But in the meantime, I kind of always just throw it over my backpack as a little extra defense against rain, even though I don't really expect any tonight. Right now it is 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Steam. I think we're boiling. All right, time to try Mountain House beef stew. This one's 420 calories. Well, see, I'll just let you read it. I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty weird. Not like bad enough that I need to get out of here or anything, but I can definitely tell the elevation's screwing me up. I'm just kind of walking around confused, and everything's just like, my mind is just really, really slow. I have to take it really easy. Getting up and standing up, if I stand up fast, I kind of get dizzy. So, just gonna take it slow, Hopefully a little bit of this food will help. We got Looks like beef and potatoes and peas and carrots. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna devour this. I've seen a few, not this one, but a few clouds up there have been kind of popping up like rain clouds, so I suddenly turned my little cooking area into a tent. So I had to kind of move all my stuff, but I think I'm going to be hanging out over here by the fire, and so I'll probably stand over that way, and it'll just be a little inconvenient to get to my line. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Went ahead and moved all my clothes in there. I got my down kind of starting to inflate or loosen up or whatever, and I'll do the pad later. That's the last thing I need to do, and I have an air pump for that, so it's easy. And my backpack's just kind of hidden under there with the raincoat. Temperature is 44 degrees Fahrenheit. I have the bear vault back there too. I decided to have an evening coffee. So I'm trying this first descent. I think this was recommended by Darwin on the trail, or at least he liked it. I don't usually like instant coffee. I'm probably not going to like this, but whatever. At least it's not Folgers. We'll see if it's any good. First descent's not bad. At least this flavor. I don't know. It almost tastes a little creamy. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. Best instant I think I've ever had. And I just love it. This is where I live tonight. This is my home. That was pretty easy. There's just dead stuff all around here. An old tree. I'll be able to clean this place up a little bit. Well, the light is fading. Fire's going good. Cutting several longer logs in half and kind of just cleaning up the area. I have not yet tapped into the adult beverages. Oh, and I probably should go get my headlamp. Right. There's a thorny way through here and a not thorny way. Alright, I need both hands for this. This fire is extremely warm. This little alcove of trees holds the heat in. It's interesting. If I walk out to the trail, it doesn't take long for me to get pretty cold. I've got my sleeves rolled up. I mean, I'm like wearing short sleeves, and I have all my layers on, but it's all kind of opened up and sleeves rolled up and everything. So that's a really nice camp spot. It just holds in the heat and kind of blocks the wind. When I'm out here on the trail, I can feel the breeze just rolling down the trail. So, and it's kind of damp a little bit. Go check the temperature. .38 degrees. It's getting close to freezing. I just drank the rest of my water and snapped the bottle on for one more filtering. It's supposed to get below freezing tonight, so I need to store that filter in the tent with me. probably in a Ziploc bag, and just keep it warm. If it freezes, it will break. Well, the fire's still raging. I think I just poured another beer, and so I'm gonna have this beer and probably another cup of water, and then I think I'm going to bed. I got to do some hiking tomorrow, so good night. Morning, it's Saturday. I slept in. It's 9 o'clock. It's pretty cold. Got below freezing last night, and I kind of, well, whatever. I'm tired, and I didn't sleep much yesterday, and kind of didn't want to get up until the sun started hitting this valley. So now it's doing that. It's starting to warm up. It's getting into the higher 30s, and I'm gonna make some coffee and maybe have a little something to eat and go hiking up the canyon a little more. I'll just pack up my pack for like a day hike kind of thing, and then come back here. 39 right now. Got down to 29 as a low. Starting my hike. Just gonna head on up to there's kind of a crest trail up there that goes between two mountain points, and I still can't remember the name of the other mountain. It's Lobos Peak and something. I looked it up last night and promptly forgot. Anyway, I'm just bringing the essentials. I've got went ahead and brought the bear canister and my toiletries and electronics, and just my layers of clothes. It's kind of about it. Just some odds and ends like my GPS tracker and a water bottle. I've got some water treatment tablets, but the pack feels like a dream. It's like maybe 10 pounds. I don't know. I don't have a scale, but it's light. Feels good. Should make a good time, hopefully, up this steep incline. Oh, finally a level spot. Oh my God. Not much of a view. Not yet. Snow on the trail. Imagine I might start seeing more of that. Don't have crampons, but you know, if I have to stop and go back, I'll stop and go back. I'm at about 3.2 miles in on this trail, and it's about 5.2 miles to the top of the crest. I'm about 10,100 feet right now, and the top of the crest is 11,600. So 2 more miles of climbing, and then I'll probably just hook a right and go to that Lobo Peak, which is 12,000 feet. And there are supposed to be storms this evening, 30% chance, but it kind of looked like maybe all night, starting around 7, so I'm going to want to be back at camp before sunset. Ugh. Yeah, it's not slick, but it's not. It is kind of hard packed. Oh man. This is about as straight up as it gets for a trail. Oh man. And it's snowy. Oh my God. Oh yeah, shit. Okay. Oh wow. I just got a preview of the view we're about to get. Let's see if we can see it here. The snow is getting more and more obnoxious. It usually starts off with a real slippery part, The white stuff I can stand on usually, but you gotta be careful. In fact, I might need to find a walking stick. Anyway, I'm at about 11,300 feet. I'm a half mile from the top of the crest, and it's 42 degrees. It's dropped about 10 degrees since I left camp, and I'm getting cold. So I'm gonna keep moving, try to warm up, but I'm probably gonna have to put some layers on here pretty soon. Man, I think I'm on the last switchback, and I have this, and I don't really see footsteps or someone's gone before me. I can't tell if I'm supposed to go up that. I kind of think so. Not that way, so maybe that's why I don't see footsteps. There's the trail. Wow. Well, that must be Lobos Point. That's the ridge. I don't see a path anymore, but I guess I'm just going up, just up this, whichever way I want, I guess. Now I see a hint of a path again, and a cairn, so it's definitely the right way. Also see this glorious view of the valley. Well, before I head back into the woods, let's just take a quick look around. Hopefully I'll be up there soon, unless I run out of time. The sign says nothing on it. At least not to the people coming from this way. All right. Lobo Peak that way. I don't quite see where the trail is, but we'll figure that out in a minute. Same Cristobal Trail, the way I came. Let's see. Looks like a good place to plant myself down here. Well, I don't know how well I can show you how the slope is, but I'm holding my camera level, and so this is, the path goes up that way. So if I look up there, even though it doesn't look steep, just keep in mind this, like, that's the slope. And this, just, it's pretty icy, and I don't have crampons, so I can see some footsteps where someone went up that way, but that is really steep. I think if I had crampons and a trekking pole or two, I might do this, but I can tell it's not going to get better. This is going to get worse up to the peak. So for once in my life, I'm going to let reason set in, and I'm going to back off. I'm going to maybe go back to that ridge and mess around. I might go the other way down the trail and see if there's anything interesting. Otherwise, I'll start heading back down to camp. And for the record, I made it to 11,600 feet. A little campsite with some prepared wood. It's right here in the saddle of kind of where that, heading up to Lobos and coming down from where the signpost was, is a little depression. It's pretty flat here. I imagine this would be pretty windy on some days. You probably wouldn't want to camp here unless it was pretty nice weather. It's a heck of a view. This little point doesn't have a name, but this looks climbable. I don't see any snow. On top of the world. Lobos Point. Didn't make it up there. The valley. I don't know if that might be Flag Mountain. Some kind of moles or gophers or something. Some kind of underground digging creature. Made it back to the sign. I definitely had more fun up north than I did down south, but it was fun to check out both areas, drop the pack, and just play play for lunch. So it's about 1:30. I'm gonna start heading back. It's a little earlier than I was going to, but I might as well just get a head start because there's kind of nothing else to do up here, and I see more and more rainy type clouds coming in, so I'd rather be back at camp and deal with that. So let's get back to hiking. That stream is about 2.9 miles up the trail. I only took 1 liter of water up there with me, and thinking there was going to be water all along the way. There wasn't. So that's at 2.9 miles. Everything above that point was all locked up in snow. So fortunately, I was able to ration. I still have water, so it's fine. But I wouldn't have. Well, I would have had to melt snow up at the top if I wanted water without a stove. So I'm not sure how I would have done that. Well, that's funny. I just passed that water source is my campsite. So just up the way there was some water. I should have just collected, and that was my last water for this whole hike. I can't believe that. Anyway, speaking of water, I think I'll drink some, go collect some. I'm back at camp, and I just hope it doesn't rain and make a miserable night. I don't want to hang out in the tent all night. It's only 4:30, but I hear a thunderstorm rolling in, so I'm gonna cook up my meal. I can eat everything else in the tent if I have to. This is a ridiculous camera angle, but this is what we got. So for tonight, we're having Mountain House chicken and dumpling. I've had this before. I'm really looking forward to it. Give it a taste. This one's 600 calories. So this has some kind of soft, bready, kind of biscuity stuff. Not quite as crispy as like their biscuits and gravy. And then some peas and carrots. It has a really good chickeny flavor. This is like comfort food. I really enjoy this meal, and I like that it's got some little extra vegetables in it. I did not give a review last night of the beef stew. So the beef stew I thought was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like knock your socks off good. It was good though. It was definitely like what I expected for beef stew. It was like beef and onions and potato, and I think it had peas and carrots in it as well, some celery. One thing is, for 1,500 milligrams of sodium, I always find it surprising when I have something like that and I'm like, it's not salty enough. So I don't know what they do to make the salty taste go away, but it just seemed like it needed a little salt or a little kick or something. But I think for most people it's a pretty good beef stew. The best part was the beef. The little chunks they were small, very small cubed pieces of beef that were they were just really good, like little bits of steak, and there was quite a bit of it in there. So anyway, it was good. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this one better. I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, yeah. So I'm not surprised. I like the chicken and dumplings better than the beef stew, but it's kind of what you're in the mood for. I've had both meals before, and I knew what to expect. The beef stew is more of a light broth, more watery, where this is like a creamy, delicious, rich kind of meal. It was amazing. It tasted really good. I think they should call it chicken pot pie. It reminds me of chicken pot pie, even though it's they say dumplings. The dumplings are so some of them are a little more soaked through, but some of them are crispy in the middle. So it is a little like they're biscuits and gravy, but with like chicken stock and chicken and some veggies. So really good, really delicious, and it might be my favorite Mountain House meal. At least for me, that's going to be the gold standard. I'll compare probably other Mountain House meals too. So we'll see if we can find something to topple it. I just got a weird weather report. It says it's definitely going to rain today, and when I look at the hourly, it says at 1 a.m. tomorrow, there's a 30% chance of 0 inches of rain. So I don't know what to make of that. It sounds like maybe I'll have a better night than I thought I was going to have. If it's not going to rain till 1, I can be in bed by then, and 30% chance of 0 inches. It's like, what is that? All right. Well, anyway, we'll see what really happens. Just in case rains do come, I decided to start the fire a little early and get some coals built up, just to help rain-proof it a little bit. I keep looking at that tree. I think it's dead. It's just in the middle. Okay. I think it's leaning away from camp, but then it kind of bends back. It's definitely split. I mean, I don't think it's going to fall down tonight, but that's a pretty big tree that's about ready to go. There's another one dead next to it, but it doesn't have the cracks in the bottom. I wonder if I just push it. Maybe I should just... So let's see, I brought the Nemo this time. I've had this out on a few videos, I think, I know for sure one. Anyway, it's the 2-person, Hornet, and I got this a few years ago. This tent is comparable in weight to my hammock system and my trekking pole system. If I bring trekking poles, I always prefer to bring the trekking pole tent, unless I'm doing the hammock. And I don't know, I'm hit and miss. I'll do hammocks and tents. I'll switch, and it's a semi-freestanding tent. You have to stake 2 corners and the one end, and you have to stake the vestibules. I'm gonna try working my way up. See if there's an interesting view up this way. I was kind of looking at this last night when the sun set. And if there is a view, it'd probably be good at sunset, but we'll see if there's anything up there. This thing is like straight vertical. Well, the trail is down there somewhere. It was pretty easy to walk up this. And now, not sure what I'm gonna do next. Probably won't climb that, but I'm gonna go look. That's where I was. And now I'm up to this crack, whatever this is. Yeah, that's too technical for me. If you could get up to that, I think you'd have a view out the canyon towards the sunset. But that right there is very steep drop off, and that wall is vertical. I mean, practically vertical. This whole thing is practically vertical. In fact, I'm going to get out of here before something falls on me. Kind of wrapping up the day here. I've eaten and kind of just bored out of my mind. I think I'm going to go to bed soon. So I'm going to let this fire go out. And I got to say, the Cristobal Canyon trail, I kind of randomly picked it. I did some filters on a search and it checked a few boxes and I thought I'd check it out. I thought I was going to have a rainy weekend slogging up this canyon and it was going to be a soupy mess or something. It was not like that at all. This is a very dry, kind of deserty kind of climate. And it seems like even if it got pretty wet in here, a lot would get soaked up. The stream is very kind of concentrated in one area. I'm not saying it couldn't flood in here, but it's not what I expected. Anyway, I thought this was a great hike. The trail's really pretty well maintained. The crest at the top was fun. I wish I could have gone up to the one peak, but it was snowy. But the other area I went to was super fun. So, yeah, later in the year, once that crest trail's completely opened up, that'll be a great area to hike around. Highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to hike out of here tomorrow. I've got just under 3 miles to the truck, all downhill. And I need to be there by 10:30. Good morning. It's 32 degrees right now. Got down to 30 last night. And I'm all packed up and ready to get out of here. It's 7 o'clock. I got up 30 minutes ago, so I packed up pretty fast. I'm not eating or anything, just getting up and going. Almost forgot my water bag. All right, I got to look around, make sure I didn't leave any trash behind. We'll get that and do one last check and then hit the trail. Columbine-Hondo Wilderness, Carson National Forest. I'm leaving the wilderness. I'm no longer a wild man. Well, there's this pipe that's like a gate, and they cut a section out, and I think they stuck the section over where I just was and planted plants in it. Well, see the truck. It's still there. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you can follow along on all of my future adventures. My next hike will be at the Gila Wilderness. I'll be doing the West Fork Middle Fork Loop near the Cliff Dwellings National Monument.